If Ranrock learns of the location of that repository, I fear we shall be destined for a great war.
Damn.
I will find out what Ranrock knows. Watch for my owl.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to more Hogwarts Legacy. Today we're going to go and meet with Sebastian, and we're going to do a story quest called In the Shadow of the Mine. So I believe we need to fast travel because I think we're heading back to where his family live. No, we're not. We're actually not. We're heading over here. Okay.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
It's like a place right out of a storybook.
Right. He's at the Overlook. Wait for him.
I thought my owl might pique your interest.
I came as soon as I could.
I'd been so distracted by the scriptorium and Slytherin's book that I'd almost forgotten what it was that struck me about that triptych. This is the view painted on the canvas that was left on it.
That's incredible. You know this area well.
And while I was waiting for you, I scouted around and discovered an abandoned mine nearby, surrounded by Ranrock's loyalists.
Do you think there's a connection to the triptych?
I've no idea, but perhaps they're searching it, the way they did Rookwood Castle and Isidora's Manor. How do we want to handle this?
We need to see what they're doing, but let's not draw their attention.
Very well.
And I still have that rune symbol we found on the triptych. If there is a connection, I suspect we'll see that symbol again.
After you.
Okay, reach the entrance to the mine.
There they are up ahead.
I'll let you lead.
No one enters this mine. Kill anyone who tries.
Ranrock's loyalists are out for blood.
Never anything interesting around here.
Bring it, let's do it.
Totalis.
And Bringo!
Pity, not quite. I shall get accustomed to that. Expelliarmus. Rather unwise coming back this way. Bombarda. Expelliarmus. Much too slow. That's better. Kill stone glass. Incendio. Expelliarmus. Was that your pledge?
Come on.
You won't get away
Incendio.
Better.
Revelio.
I don't know how much space I've actually got. I don't think I've got much. Cause I keep forgetting to go sell. Couple of hats we can. No? Jesus Christ! This game loves scarves. That'll do. That should give us enough space for the rest of this mission.
Revelio.
This
I
is
mean, more
going
down
well.
here.
We make a good team.
We do at that.
Once again,
so it's
we
gonna
can
go
fight our way
dreadfully
through
wrong
or
after
be
saying that.
discreet. Revelio.
Which one I'd choose?
Any who oppose Renrock will be
You will regret coming here. Too slow. This is impossible. You think you're clever, don't you? What the hell am I here to fight?
Ow.
Expelliarmus. You call that
Bombarda.
Ow.
You will suffer.
Expelliarmus. Bombarda. Protego. Depulso. Revelio.
Where did he come from?
And the fun is over.
Fun is a relative term. Revelio.
It is. And that was relatively fun.
Okay, we just got that chest there.
Depulso.
Nice.
Revelio.
I should tell you. Rumor is this mine was closed long ago due to an infestation of spiders.
Oh, great.
How nice.
Did he say nothing I haven't seen before?
For better or for worse, we're in. This mine looks like a tomb.
Okay.
It was closed after accidents were reported. Now I see why.
Revelio.
Where's it? Sword?
Bombarda. Incendio.
Sword of Godric
Revelio.
Gryffindor, maybe. Surprised there's not more mention of the originals in this, isn't it? Godric, Helga. The only one that he's really spoke about much is
these webs.
Salazar.
Too disgusting for even a spider to prey on.
How nice of you to stop by.
Intend to die, will you?
Protego.
I'll get you.
What?
Expelliarmus.
You don't believe you can defeat me, do you? You mongrels.
Expelliarmus. Bombarda. Depulso. Protego. Expelliarmus.
What's that?
How many Rambox loyalists are in here?
Too many. They definitely think there's something here they want.
Grab some loot.
Bombarda. Incendio. Revelio.
That ledge is awfully high. Any ideas?
Yeah.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
We'll use that to get there first.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Right, let's go.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio.
Just dust underground.
It's no wonder spiders give people goosebumps.
Could be the hairy legs, or the soulless eyes, or the venomous fangs, or any number of endearing qualities, really.
Thanks.
Depulso.
Someone that doesn't like spiders. Well done. Beautiful conversation that was.
Smashing.
Should have thought to conjure stairs. I'll be quieter than a jobberknoll.
Revelio.
Oh. No one here.
Incendio.
Oh, it's there.
Revelio.
Oh my god, it's been a while since we've used Reparo.
Reparo. Revelio.
Go over here, get this chest. A little bit of coinage.
Revelio.
I think we're good to move on. Yeah, we've got a long way to go yet. It's a massive area. Spiders.
Expelliarmus. Bombarda. Depulso. Expelliarmus. Bombarda.
Stay down there. Oh,
Depulso. Expelliarmus. Expelliarmus. Bombarda. Revelio.
We've rid the world of another spider. I shall sleep better tonight.
cool. Right, let's go.
We're making quick work of them.
Professor Hecat would be proud.
Depulso.
That. Ranrock's loyalists have all but declared war.
Revelio. Incendio. Confringo. Revelio.
I hate Devil's Snare. Freestanding clock. Oh, it's a big chest. Legendary, nice. I need Lumos.
Lumos.
Lumos!
Revelio.
What's that?
Accio. Incendio. Confringo. Revelio.
Simple enough.
We've still not seen a single rune symbol.
I think we're going to be a bit distracted from runes for a moment.
An unwelcome distraction at that.
We have another fight on our
Hi
hands.
guys.
Why am I not surprised?
Incendio. Hit it. Expelliarmus. Miss me. This is so much too easy.
Ow.
Potato. Stupid. Incendio. Reparo. You are postponing the inevitable.
They're stronger, that's why.
Potato. I won't rest. Defaulto. No! Stupefy. I will not. Bombarda. Default. We're not finished yet. Expelliarmus.
It's almost as if they were waiting.
Expelliarmus. Bombarda.
Okay.
Repulsor. Expelliarmus. Confringo. Incendio. Accio.
This is quite a fight.
Confringo. Incendio. Expelliarmus.
Ow.
Cabalto. Bombarda. Expelliarmus. Cabalto. Incendio. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Incendio. Confringo. Expelliarmus.
Come on.
Incendio. Potato. Expelliarmus. Revelio.
Jesus.
You're not a bad chap for a Slytherin.
You Gryffindors don't have a monopoly on brains.
Revelio.
This was quite the area.
Incendio. Expelliarmus. Confringo.
We can have a look around in peace.
Revelio.
Okay.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Confringo. Revelio.
A rune symbol above the cabin door.
Ranrock's loyalists never knew to look for it.
Okay, we go.
Wasn't expecting that.
Confringo.
That's gonna be the last one then, so. Oh, we done it. Oh, we have. Not bad.
Revelio.
All floated as we. Oh, when she took
What do you
away
have
his.
there?
A journal entry by Isadora.
Hopefully it will help us unravel more of this
Sebastian,
mystery.
I think I found something. A canvas piece.
Brilliant. Our efforts weren't in vain after all. Still, Something about
Confringo.
this feels
Oh, it's
odd.
this.
If the triptych led us here to find this bit of canvas, we can probably assume that Isadora Morganark was here.
She seems to have been everywhere.
But if she was using the Undercroft and the cellar beneath her manor in Feldcroft, why would she create this space?
And why hide it behind cryptic rune symbols and ancient magic that no one but you could see?
Isadora and Percival Rackham, another of the keepers, could see traces of ancient magic too.
Rackham? I haven't heard his name before.
Here's are some of the memories I've seen. I don't think he and Isadora saw eye to eye on how this magic should be used.
This is all rather baffling. Let's take the canvas back to the triptych. Perhaps the answers are there. This place is odd, to be sure.
Revelio.
But I'm fascinated by it. Now, for the trek back out of here and... And now for the moment of truth.
It has to fit.
Here we go.
Please tell me you recognize the location in this bit of canvas.
The good news is I do, in fact.
And the bad news?
We're in for more trouble.
Oh, great.
I know that coast. Ranrock has taken over a huge mine in the surrounding area. Mornweem has suffered for it. It's as bad as Feldcroft's become. Should we head there now?
We should wait.
Why?
All this time, we've been a step behind Ranrock. I may know someone who could help us get ahead.
Who is that?
Someone who knows Ranrock personally. They asked me not to mention their name to anyone.
A goblin? Tell me I'm wrong. You know goblins cursed my sister to shut her up. Said she should be seen and not heard.
I do, but not all goblins are...
Not all goblins what? Have you forgotten Feldcroft? Have you forgotten the mine we just went through?
No, Sebastian, I haven't. You're not listening to me.
Why would I listen to someone so ignorant?
Wow.
Perhaps your uncle was right about you. You don't know when to stop.
Oh, I do know when to stop. Unbelievable.
Oh, well, we've fallen out quite clearly. Okay. Let's do the next story mission. Makes sense. Yeah, Imperio Curse. So let's go to the astronomy tower because we need to get someone that speaks Gobbledegook. And that is going to be Atrid, Amit, that's the one. Amit speaks Gobbledegook.
Revelio.
I've been meaning to ask.
Which means we put him in danger though, which is a bit harsh.
Hello there.
Hello, Hogsmeade. Do I recall you saying that you speak Gobbledegook?
I did. I mean, I do. Speak it. Is this to do with the goblin I saw you with in Hogsmeade?
It is. His name is Lodgok. We could use your help with something. He's waiting for me near a goblin mine. Would you be willing to help?
Of course. How exciting. I mean, well, might this be dangerous?
I think he simply wants to show me something that involves Gobbledegook. If it helps, he's a friend of Sirona's.
Good to hear. Good to hear. If Sirona trusts him, then I feel much better.
Huh.
You said you know Gobbledegook, but how well?
I've been reading it for as long as I've been reading English. My parents have an extensive library. Once I grew bored with the classics, I devoured goblin writings. I'd tell you some titles, but you wouldn't understand them.
Have you ever spoken directly to a goblin?
Unbelievably, no. I'm so looking forward to it. Actually conversing in Gobbledegook with a native speaker. Cannot wait to confirm subtle bits of pronunciation and tone that may have eluded me, being self-taught and all.
Okay.
Lord Gok is waiting. Should we go?
Of course. I just want to check the pronunciation of a couple of key terms first. So I will meet you there.
All right, we'll fast travel there then. Oh, we'll go here and fly. Always around Cambridge, have you noticed? Everything is always around Cambridge in this game. Some might say they're quite keen on the area. Looks like they spent a bit of had a bit of a keen eye on this place. Right, let's go. Right.
A friend who speaks Gobbledegook is meeting us. Before he arrives, perhaps you could tell me why we're here?
Of course. Unfortunately, presenting Ranrock with the Helmet of Urtkot did not have the effect I'd hoped. Because he knew the details surrounding its plunder, he presumed I'd had help from a witch or wizard in retrieving it.
How else did he expect Goblinkind to get the helmet back? Seems he has no interest in making amends with you.
I'm afraid we do not have the luxury of rational expectation when it comes to Ranrock. Damn Bragbor and his blasted journals.
Bragbor?
An ancestor of Ranrock's, renowned metalworker. If we are to work together, I suppose I must tell you more. Not long ago, Ranrock sent me to collect a recently unearthed set of Bragbor's journals. They described repositories that Bragbor had been commissioned to build for a group of witches and wizards.
What do you mean, repositories?
Large, magically fortified receptacles crafted from goblin metal. Ranrock recruited others to help me locate the repositories. We were to search anywhere that was connected to 5 names mentioned in the journals. Rackham, Fitzgerald, Bakar, Morganach, and Rookwood.
Rookwood Castle.
That is where we began our search.
Why does Ranrock care so much about these repositories?
He cares about what they contain. For centuries, wizards have refused to share their magical knowledge with goblins. Your kind will not even let us carry wands. Thus, many goblins, myself included, have spent our lives mistrusting wizard kind. Ranrock was convinced that the repositories contained a magical power that wizards wanted to keep for themselves. He is determined to take it for goblin kind. But
Here comes my friend Hogsmeade. Probably best to continue our conversation later.
Greetings, Lord Gok. It is an honor, sir.
You speak Gobbledegook.
Oh, Bacalio.
Enough. Please do not tell me that was meant to be Gobbledegook.
Yes. Perhaps my pronunciation was a bit off. I imagine certain dialects differ.
Pronunciation is not the issue. I barely recognize that as language. I trust you can read Gobbledegook better than you can speak it?
I can, Sir Lord Gok.
Just Lord Gok. Thankfully, we only need someone who can decipher written plans, since I cannot join you in the mine.
What written plans? And why can't you come with us?
We need some idea of what Ranrock knows or is plotting. I suspect a careless loyalist may have left plans behind. And I'm unable to join you because I cannot risk anyone reporting my presence to Ranrock. All you need to do is not be seen, either by the eye above the enchanted door or a loitering loyalist.
Okay.
What else should we know about the enchanted door?
The door will not open while the eye can see you. You and your friend must be invisible to it to gain access. From what I know of wizard magic, that shouldn't be too difficult to achieve.
Right, let's go then.
Hogsmeade and I can do this.
I will await your return. I shall see you soon.
All right, let's go, meet.
The door is looking at us.
Ah.
Right. Don't wish to be seen, do we?
Into the miner's eye.
Books so rarely prepare one for reality. A real goblin mine. It's even grander than I had expected.
There gonna be bad goblins in here, do you think? Sure, he's bound to be, guys.
Revelio.
I met a goblin.
I think we probably need to
Let's
light
just learn
that.
what we can and get out.
Look at this
Revelio.
impressive workmanship for so simple a device.
Impressive workmanship aside, it's the only way forward.
Bye. Oh, never mind.
I still can't believe we're inside a real goblin mine. I've read about mines like this, but seeing one is something else altogether.
Accio. Revelio.
Ah. Oh, we're gonna be quite close to maximum. Yeah, I thought so. Get rid of a bunch of this. Didn't mean to get rid of that purple. That should be fine.
Accio. We need to be careful. As I'm sure you know, not all goblins are as friendly as Lodgok, to say the least.
Boom, boom, boom.
Incendio. Gobbledegook. Expelliarmus. Reparo.
What's a human doing here? Why can't I hit you?
Confringo. Reparo. Descendo.
Find him!
Incendio.
Okay.
That was
Revelio.
more than I'm used to.
I'll get us through here safely, Hogsmeade. You have my word.
Something with that then. Oh, the door.
We're being watched. By a door. Incendio.
Get that on.
Revelio.
Oh wait, we can accurate that.
Revelio.
It's open, nice.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Come on, Armit, follow me.
Revelio.
Big chest. Legendary. Nice.
I feel like a character from one of the adventure books I read during the summer holidays.
Let's take a look around, Hogsmeade. See if we can find any plans.
I will get to the bottom of what they've been building down here.
Thank you. While you do that, I will be looting.
Revelio. Incendio.
Expelliarmus.
Confringo.
I won't rest.
Leviosa. Bombarda. Revelio.
Search.
Fascinating to see Gobbledegook written in a goblin hand. The flourishes are extraordinary. Let me know if you see any more plans or schematics. We can't return to Lodgok empty-headed.
You got it. That's what you're here for.
If I'm translating this correctly, and I think that I am, they're building something rather large. But what?
Let's go find out.
More notes around here.
Protego.
Your little magic tricks won't distract me.
Expelliarmus. Revelio.
Was there more? Oh god.
I've been fighting since before.
Expelliarmus. Bombarda. Incendio. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Repulsor.
I'm afraid of heights.
Revelio.
You are postponing the inevitable.
Expelliarmus.
Get him.
That's the last loyalist. Oh, this really is...
Revelio. Stay close. I've handled much worse. Incendio.
Another boy. This place is more complex than I had expected.
Accio.
Same.
Revelio.
Right. What do these plans say, Amit?
Another schematic. What are they going to build? This mine is too small for whatever it is.
Up the stairs then.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio.
Under we go. Hmm. Dead end. Not sure where to go from here. I see that over there, but oh, it's open that. It just took a while for it to open.
Revelio. Revelio.
Devil's Snare. Nasty stuff if we're not careful.
Not an entanglement we need right now.
Yeah, that's a bit annoying.
Lumos.
Lumos!
Revelio.
You've come to me, Moonstone. Alright guys, oh my god, there's a lot here. There's a heck of a lot of them here.
Revelio. Petricus totalis.
I know an intruder!
Protego.
Ow.
Accio. Lumos.
You're not even trying. Is that the best you can do?
Expelliarmus.
Go on.
One less human to worry about.
Expelliarmus.
Sir.
You can't stop.
Yeah.
Expelliarmus.
I'm a goblin, not a toy. Let's get it.
Incendio. Expelliarmus.
Wise coming.
Accio. Expelliarmus. Bombarda.
Come on.
Expelliarmus.
Bombarda.
Expelliarmus. Capozzo.
Don't do that again, I beg.
We're going. Last one.
Revelio. That should be the last of them, I'll meet.
We're full. We are full. Looks like we've got a lot of green hats. Scarves as well. Jesus, look at all the scarves. I told you, this game is obsessed with scarves. Okay.
Revelio. Accio. Revelio.
I don't have any of that. Right, why isn't it letting me Accio this down?
Accio.
Clever.
Revelio. Incendio.
We'll light that up. I kind of miss Incendio when it wasn't the AoE one. Okay.
This is not good. They're building enormous drills, bigger than this mine could contain.
Let's get out of here and tell Lodgok what we found. There must be a quicker way out of here than retracing our steps.
Now we can probably do that one.
Accio. Revelio.
Told ya.
I need a moment to catch my breath. This was more than I bargained for.
I'm glad you came with me, Hogsmeade. Now that we know what they're up to, we can get out of here. Revelio. Revelio.
Oh, stuff up there.
Aloha Mora.
Level 2. We got level 2, baby.
Revelio.
We is out of here.
We're almost out of here, Hogsmeade. Look, the lift.
A welcome sight indeed.
Who's gonna die in this game? Like Avada Kedavra. Avada Kedavra! Be ballsy move if they did.
Can we please talk?
That wasn't so bad, was it?
It was. It really was. I'm afraid I've had enough adventure for one day.
Can't blame you.
For a lifetime, perhaps.
Thank you, Hogsmeade. I couldn't have done it without you. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to have a word with Lodgok.
Understood? I'll leave you to it. Your goblin secrets are safe with me, but I get to write the book about this escapade someday. Without further ado, adieu.
Right, Lodgok.
They're building enormous drills. We found their plans. Ranrock must be searching for the repositories.
I fear you are correct. Other than Rookwood Castle, however, I do not know where else he plans to search.
I've been wondering about something else you said before we entered the mine.
Yes?
If you share Ranrock's views, then why are you helping me?
I expected Rookwood Castle to be deserted when I arrived to begin my search. So was surprised to find a witch there who had set up a sort of improvised research site. She was studying something so intently that she almost didn't notice me. When she looked up, I thought she would react with fear or disdain. But instead she did something that I will never forget. Without a moment's hesitation, she smiled and asked me to sit with her. She told me that she was a researcher and showed me a small, oddly shaped container with a strange symbol on it. She was certain it was made of goblin metal, but was unable to open it. She wanted to work together.
Miriam.
Yes. But how did you...
Professor Fig's wife. He told me of her research, and I know of the container.
Ah. The reverence with which she talked of goblins and their intelligence and skill, it caught me entirely off guard. I'd never been treated with such respect by a witch or wizard. So, to my surprise, I let her study the container if she would allow me to search the castle on my own. We parted ways, with her promising to share what she'd learned. more of Ranrock's recruits arrived, and we began to dig, eventually locating the first repository. Ranrock was thrilled with our discovery, but furious when I told him about Miriam. Berated me for trusting a witch, and I heard she'd been killed.
You think Ranrock murdered her?
I don't want to believe it, but I don't know. After that, something shifted in me. I had seen how the power from the repositories was transforming Ranrock, transforming all of them. I could no longer remain a part of it.
Thank you, Lodgok, for telling me this.
I tell you all of this so that you understand what is at stake. Ranrock never found all of Bragbor's journals, but the ones he did find suggest that Bragbor at some point built a repository far greater in size than the one beneath Rookwood Castle. What you've discovered here today worries me deeply. If Ranrock learns of the location of that repository, I fear we shall be destined for a great war. I will find out what Ranrock knows. Watch for my owl.
Whoa, that was a really cool ending to that mission, guys. But we are going to end things there for now. In the next episode, I think we just unlocked Shadow of Time, Dragon Debrief, a lot of side stuff. But like I said, I think we're going to make a push for the story, because I imagine there's going to be some cool stuff we're going to unlock, or maybe something at the end of the game. So guys, we're going to continue on with the story in the next episode. We'll probably...
I hope Professor
Oh.
I believe my next broom upgrade to be even more impressive than the last. Come by Spint Witches as soon as you can.
So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. If you have, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe. Most importantly, get yourselves a beautiful day, and bye-bye.